For the last few years, we've treated AI as a window where you ask a question and get an answer. But now we are seeing tools that don't just talk, they execute multi-step workflows entirely on their own. Thousands of platforms have appeared overnight, all promising to put your entire business on autopilot with a single click. However, adopting a tool that doesn't match your technical skills quickly leads to one of two outcomes: a coding bottleneck you can't solve, or a workflow so brittle that it breaks the moment an edge case pops up. This chart shows how to navigate the current landscape, plotting the technical skill required against the level of control the tool actually gives you. While these names are often grouped together, they belong in completely different quadrants of this spectrum. We can divide them into three specific tiers: AI native abstraction, deterministic engines, and deep technical agents. The goal isn't to find the best tool in a vacuum, but to match you with the stack that aligns with what you can actually build and maintain. Choosing the wrong tier creates negative ROI, forcing you to spend your days managing software failures instead of running your business. Tier 1 consists of AI native abstraction tools, specifically Gumloop and Claude connectors like Windsor AI. To build here, you don't use code. You write plain English prompts and stack pre-built action blocks to tell the AI what to do. This chart shows Tier 1's massive advantage in time-to-first automation. For a non-engineer, this is the fastest path to a working agent. You can instantly scrape a website for data or draft thousands of personalized CRM emails without ever seeing a line of syntax. But there's a cost. You are essentially handing all logical control over to a black box AI model. This shows up clearly in the error handling row. Because you aren't defining the logic, you can't easily troubleshoot it. If an API times out or the AI hallucinates, you have no ability to manually fix the hidden logic that caused the failure. This tier trades long-term scalability for immediate speed. It's effective for rapid prototyping, but dangerous for mission-critical infrastructure. Tier 2 is the deterministic engine. These are node-based logic platforms like N8N or the automation builders in Go High Level. These require you to manually map every node, manage specific API keys, and route complex data arrays yourself. Unlike the fluid, unpredictable nature of AI-native tools, these deterministic engines run entirely on rigid, absolute mathematical precision. On our table, Tier 2 earns high marks for error handling and scalability, though it takes a hit on setup time. That setup time buys reliability. You can build manual error retry loops, ensuring a process won't fail just because an AI makes a mistake. The trade-off is a steep learning curve. You have to understand technical workflow mapping to get anything off the ground. There is also a heavy maintenance burden. Changing one starting node can cause a ripple effect that breaks every step that follows. Deterministic engines require a high upfront logic tax, but they provide the reliability you need when failure is not an option. Then there is Tier 3, the deep technical agent, with the anti-gravity browser extension as the prime example. This is strictly developer territory. It moves past simple API data passing and allows an agent to actually manipulate a local environment. To launch it, you must configure setup native messaging and manage granular Chrome permissions. Once it's fully running, the AI agent gains direct, unrestricted access to the browser's Document Object Model, or DOM. This enables autonomous UI testing and visual regression checks, allowing the agent to interact with web apps exactly like a human tester would. For developers building complex web applications, this level of environmental access is often a requirement for accurate QA. But for a content creator or a non-technical business owner, this level of setup is complete overkill and practically inaccessible. Deep technical agents treat AI as a full-stack automated tester, strictly reserving its power for those who can manage their own local development environments. To find your tier, we have to stop looking at the software and look at your actual operational reality. This flowchart starts with one diagnostic question: are you an engineer? If yes, you belong on the path toward anti-gravity and N8N to leverage high-control tools. If you aren't an engineer, the next question is strict reliability critical to your operations? If you just need speed for testing ideas, stay with abstraction tools like Gumloop and Claude. But if you manage revenue operations, you need deterministic tools like N8N to ensure your deliverables remain stable. Your tool choice is dictated by your organizational profile and the specific outcomes you must deliver. Complexity in automation never disappears, it only shifts to different parts of the process. You decide whether to manage complexity upfront during technical setup or on the back end when fixing a broken AI hallucination. If you aren't technical, don't adopt a tool like N8N unless you are prepared to learn how data structures work. Conversely, if you are a systems integrator, you shouldn't entrust enterprise compliance to black box prompt-based tools. Creators generally value rapid, messy experimentation, while agencies require rigid order. Accepting a high-friction, technically demanding setup phase is often what creates a low-friction, stress-free execution phase later on. Decide whether you need to be the architect of a rigid system or the pilot of an adaptable AI, and choose your friction.